Hi, Diane. How are you? I'm in my kitchen right now, just listening to some Rufus Du Sol, making some medicinal oils, and I thought that I would share with you how to make a medicinal oil in your own kitchen to help with enhancing immune system strength. And then I also thought that I wanted to share some information with any of you who may be feeling an increased sense of anxiety, or if you're feeling stressed out. Hi, Steve. My little thing was going on. So, yes, so for anybody that's feeling stressed out at this time, or an increased amount of anxiety, I think that this information can help you a lot. And for anybody that wants to learn how to use natural methods in your own home to help with enhancing your immune system strength, that this information will also help you a lot too. Rufus Du Sol is so good. I always think that if you're making, food or some kind of an herbal medicine or something at home, you should always have some good music playing to help you to get into a positive and happy state of being. So it really helps. Okay, so today I want to share with you, I'm going to tell you how to make a medicinal oil using specific herbs that help to enhance your immune system strength. And these are herbs that are easily acquirable to you. And I'm also going to teach you how to just enhance your immune system strength just in general. And I'm also going to tell you the worst thing that you can be doing for your immune system that you may be doing already. And there's a good chance, there's actually a pretty good chance that you may be doing it already. And I'm going to teach you a practice that will help you to counter that tendency if you're doing it, okay? So the first thing for enhancing your immune system strength is the basics, really, is to drink an adequate amount of water, so clean water, getting enough exercise, eating healthy, eating well, and keeping a joyful state of being. So being in positive relationships as much as you can, focusing on the love, focusing on the positives of your life, regardless perhaps of what may be happening. And without knowing your current situation, I don't want to be unempathetic to you and what you're going on. I know some of these things are really hard, but as much as you can to lean and support and love will help to increase your overall immune system strength. Which brings me to the worst thing that you could possibly be doing for your immune system right now, which is to have stress, is to be mismanaging your stress, essentially. So to have a negative state of mind, to be in a downward cycle emotionally, to be focusing on the negative, and to feel like super stressed out. That's the worst thing that you could be doing for your immune system. So I work with clients all the time that want to learn how to manage their stress better. And I do say manage your stress, because stressors cannot be eradicated from our life. As much as we may want to, we're going to go through things in life that are going to be challenging to us, that are going to be hard, and we can't always totally avoid that. But what we can do, what we can control, is we can control our response to the stressor, we can control our interpretation of the stressor, and we can also strongly influence how the stressor is impacting our physical body. And so I'm going to teach you a contemplative exercise to do right now if you want to, if you have a pen and a piece of paper handy, or you could just write it down and do it later. That can be super helpful. So when I'm taking my clients through this process, the first thing that I have them do is list out all the stressors in your life. So all the things that you're afraid of or that could be possibly bothering you right now. Relationships, things with your career, whatever it is that may be bothering you. So just literally create a list of all of your stressors. Then the next part of the exercise is to look at this list and just ask yourself, is there anything that you can do to clear any of this stuff up on your own? You know, is there something that you've been procrastinating that you could resolve pretty quickly and not feel stressed out about it and get it off your list? Is there a relationship maybe that either needs to shift or end or be reframed? Do you need to quit your job? You know, so to look at the list and to look at the things that potentially you can control and to see what you can get off of your plate. Then the next part of the exercise is you will be left with the things that you cannot get rid of, basically. So the next part of the exercise is to ask yourself if you can reframe or change your perception of the stressor itself. So for example, I have a client who came to see me who's super stressed out, and she's a professional woman who is traveling all the time for work, which she doesn't like, and it's interrupting her sleep schedule. It's interrupting her ability to eat well. It is causing her to gain weight, and her narrative inside of her mind is like, I hate this, you know? I hate having to travel all the time. I hate having to be on an airplane. I hate like having to socialize several times a week and, you know, drink alcohol and have my sleep schedule interrupted, and it's making me gain weight. It's messing up my digestion. So her inner narrative, the narrative that's playing essentially in her mind is defeating, you know? Even saying things like, this is killing me. I can't stand it. So that is her narrative. So when you're doing this contemplative exercise, it's, can you reframe it? You know, can you reinterpret what it is that is happening in your life? Can you give it different meaning? Because we are meaning-making machines. So we actually ascribe meaning to the things that are happening in our lives. You know, you can just listen to everybody's story of coronavirus right now and how everybody's relating to it and how everybody's describing its impact on them. You know, the event is happening, and then we are putting our meaning upon that event. So in this situation with this client who is traveling all the time and she's super stressed out and she hates it, the question is, can you reframe it? Like, can you say, I love being on an airplane. I love seeing all these new cities. I love, going out to dinner with different people each week. I love that I can, do my dream vocation and get paid for it. I've become really disciplined, and I can maintain my exercise program even in the midst of traveling. I've gotten totally used to it. You know, it's like what really makes it possible for somebody to shift their inner narrative and reinterpret the external conditions in their life differently. And so if there's something stressing you out and it cannot be removed, then the next question really is, can you interpret it differently and interpret it in a way that's not hurting you, that's not damaging you, that's not bringing you down? And with this particular client, her answer was yes. I can reframe. Hi, Shauna. I can reframe how I'm perceiving this stressor in my life. I can give it a different story. I can reinterpret the meaning so that it's not, harming me. But maybe for another person, it might be no. Actually no. Like, I actually genuinely do not like this thing that's happening in my life. I don't want to travel anymore like that. So then after that, it's, well, okay, so this is a stressor that cannot be removed from your life. This is a stressor that you can't reframe. You can't shift the way that you're perceiving it. Then what do you do? There are specific practices that you can do to help with protecting your body against chronic stress. And so those are the things like eating well, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water. But then there's also something that's called adaptogenic herbs. And that's a category of herbs. Ashwagandha is one that's gained more and more recognition in mainstream medical communities, for that matter. And so if you listen to the word adaptogenic, you can hear adapt, because it helps your body to adapt to stressors. And what it does is it curbs the impact of cortisol on your body. So basically, we're not meant to be in fight or flight all the time. We're not meant to be, in these high stress situations indefinitely forever. And when you are, your body's always releasing what's called cortisol. It's a stress hormone, and it starts to get toxic for your body. It impacts how you absorb blood sugar. It impacts how you hold on to weight. So for some people, when they're underneath chronic stress, they gain weight, and other people who are underneath chronic stress, they lose all this weight. So that's cortisol at play. Then it can impact your digestion. It can impact your entire hormonal cycle. So there are herbs, adaptogenic herbs, that help your body to adapt and give you the resistance that you may need to go, to undergo that extended stressful period of time. Ashwagandha is one, shatavari, marshmallow root, licorice root, dong quai, and many other adaptogenic herbs. We're going to learn a couple today. Whoops. We're going to learn a couple today that you can infuse into a medicinal oil. Then, stress reduction and stress management. So allowing your nervous system to rest, just doing simple practices like Savasana, which is like, just laying flat on your back with your palms face up and just breathing, can be very decompressing for the nervous system and help you to calm down and help you to relax. Meditation practices also can help you to buffer the impact of stress. So if you're in a stressful crisis state of mind, and it's always like, intense in your mind, all of your thoughts, each thought creates a chemical reaction in the body. So you need to offset it by doing deeper relaxation states. And so that could be, like I said, meditation and stuff and everything like that. And then, yeah. Then the last thing that I want to teach you is how to make this medicinal oil. So this is a practice in Ayurvedic medicine that's called Abhyanga. And so what we do is we take these oils that are infused with specific herbs and we apply them topically to the body. Your skin is the largest organ in your body. What you put on your skin, you actually consume. So this isn't some airy-fairy type of practice. This is legitimate, just like progesterone creams. So sometimes women will get progesterone creams from their doctor for hormonal balance. You put it on topically. Or people that are trying to quit smoking, they wear a nicotine patch. So what you put on your skin, it actually goes into your body, it goes into your lymphatics and into your circulatory system. So the practice of applying these medicinal oils is for the administration of the herb itself. But there's some differences between how herbal medicine in general functions and pharmaceuticals in general function. So with herbs, in general, there's exceptions to this. Most herbs aren't like you take one thing and then it's like, whoa, different. You most of the time need to do this continuous administration to your body. So if you're doing self-massage with these medicinal oils, for example, you need to be doing it at least twice a week and ideally 3 times a week to really gain the full benefit of it. And the way that you do it is you just take the medicinal oil and you apply it all over your body, and then you let it absorb for 45 minutes. So you let it absorb into your skin, into your tissues for 45 minutes, and then you have to make yourself sweat. And so this is a traditional Ayurvedic herbal oil application. And we have a wide variety of medicinal oils that we use for a variety of reasons, but I'm teaching you one today that's good specifically for the immune system and for enhancing immune system strength. So the practice is nice to do every once in a while, just if you want to make yourself feel good. It's a nice self-care practice. But if you want to start actually getting the actionable qualities of the herbs into your body, then you need to be consistent in how you apply it. So this is really simple actually to make it. And the other reason why I wanted to start just sharing this stuff with you and with people who are interested is because I just feel like people should be doing this at home more. These are traditional forms of medicine that are natural and proactive and just help to enhance your immune system strength that our ancestors that did for thousands of years just in their own kitchen apothecaries. And I think it really just is empowering. It gives you a little bit of power and control over your own health. And so there's no big secret. It's not even that difficult to make it. I'm going to teach you how to do it in 2 minutes. So first of all, you need some kind of a base oil. So I use sesame seed oil, and I live in Chicago. This is organic sesame seed oil. I get it by the gallon. And there's this place that's on Howard Street. It's called the Massage Warehouse, and you can get oils by the gallon there, but you could also just go to Whole Foods. maybe there's oil there right now, I don't know. And just get like, you know, a 12 ounce, 16 ounce bottle of untoasted sesame seed oil if you wanted to do it that way. The next thing, so that's going to be your base oil that you're actually going to infuse the herbs in. And then the next thing that you want to do is pick the herbs out themselves. So in Ayurvedic medicine, typically we use more than just one herb in our combination because herbs have personalities. So they have like many different qualities and attributes to them. So for example, Guduchi, which is one of the herbs that we're going to use, it's got a whole personality. It is immune system enhancing. So this is the Guduchi. It's immune system enhancing, but it's also, hi Lisa. It's also good for allergies, and it's also good for your skin. So it's got, you know, there's like 3 different benefits. I mean, it's got even more than that. Or like Mangista, that's another herb that we're going to use. It is really good for the lymphatics in your body. So it's a good lymphatic detoxifier. Good for cleansing, good in detoxes, especially for the lymphatics in the body, which are connected to the immune system. But it's also a blood cleansing herb and a liver cleansing herb. And then you've got like, let's see what other, I'm gonna do Brahmi. That's gonna be the 3rd herb that I put in there. And Brahmi is a beautiful herb. Brahmi is an amazing herb that helps to enhance concentration and focus in the mind. And the yogis used to eat Brahmi for a couple of reasons. One is because it helps with altitude, changes in altitude. So it increases oxygenation in your brain so that you can go hiking and go climb a mountain and adjust to it easier. So they would eat the Brahmi leaf for that reason. But Brahmi also enhances concentration and focus. So for meditation, when concentrating and focus is, you know, one of the things we're trying to cultivate in meditation, Brahmi can be helpful. It's a very spiritual herb. It's a very good herb for the 3rd eye. But it's also got a ton of antioxidants in it too. So again, it's good for the immune system. So then I've got like, you know, my three different herbs, and what are the qualities that they all 3 share together? They all 3 share together immune system enhancing quality. So when you're doing some kind of an herbal combination, it's like a strength in numbers game, you know. So you first define like, what is the outcome? You know, what am I trying to achieve here? You know, do I need something to help with reducing my stress or anxiety? Do I need something to like, you know, do I have acne? Do I, you know, want to balance my hormonal system? And then you choose herbs that all share that common trait together. So it's like you're creating a little tribe of herbs together. Okay, so I'm gonna put the proportions. I'm not gonna tell you the exact proportions now, but I'll put it in the description. So then, this is like super easy. This is my double boiler. So you can never put oil and herb like directly on the stove because it will burn the herbs itself. So I just use a double boiler. This is like my makeshift double boiler. See, like I just got like nice, because I'm making very large quantities. I'm doing like a gallon here. So, yep, so it's just my double boiler. And you don't, like the oil, I can actually stick my finger in this oil. It's not like it's so hot that it's gonna burn my finger. It only needs to be like medium to warmth to start to extract the active ingredients out of the herb itself. And so then I put my herbs in there, I mix it up in the oil, and then the longer that you let it sit underneath the heat, the longer that the oil is going to be extracting the active ingredients out of the herbs. And the more medicinal it will become. So I will let mine, you know, sit for 24, 36 hours, you know, just kind of like turn it off when I'm going to sleep and turn it back on again. And like I said, it doesn't need to be raging hot. It's just so that the oil should be like, I mean, you can stick your finger in it. It's like medium. And then that's it. Then you just strain it, and then you literally just have your medicinal oil. So I'm going to give you a combination. I'll put it in the description box that's good for enhancing immune system strength. But like, experiment. You know, you don't have to be afraid. Most herbs don't have like harmful side effects to them. Some of them do. You know, you can always reach out to like an herbalist or something like that. You can reach out to me for more direction in that matter. But you could also just pick up a book like David Frawley's Yoga of Herbs, I think, is a really nice book that has some descriptions on the medicinal qualities of herbs from a Western and an Ayurvedic perspective. And you can just start experimenting and building your own kitchen apothecary with these practices that are really healing and will help to empower you, to connect you into your own body and give you some control, so you don't have to, rely on things that are more reactive, I'll just say. More reactive medicine. But you can be proactive to actually strengthen yourself and strengthen your immunity and strengthen your resiliency. So I'm just going to do because we just talked about a ton of different stuff. So I'm just going to do a summary of what we talked about in case you just jumped on now. Basically what I shared is that, you can do these lifestyle practices to help with enhancing your immune system strength, and you can start those things now. So those are things like drinking water, eating a healthy diet, getting sleep. But the most important thing is joy and love and being in healthy relationships and just having, a happy mindset. And if you don't have a happy mindset, because stress is known to accelerate the progression of all disease. Yes, stress is known to accelerate the progression of all disease. That's known in medical communities. It's not taken as seriously, I think, as it should be. But we can't always control the external stressors in our life, but we can control our reaction and our interpretation to the stressors in our life. We can buffer the impact by countering the stressors, by doing deeper immersions into meditation or relaxation, or using certain herbs that help to protect the body against chronic cortisol secretion. So if you need help with any of this, I do work with clients that are at a distance, and my primary areas of focus are digestion, enhancing digestion, which that is the epicenter of your immune system actually. Also stress mismanagement, and I customize detox programs for people too. If you would like to explore working with me, or if you have a problem and if I could help you, I certainly would be glad to. You can just direct message me. Just send me a direct message and then we can start a conversation there. So thank you so much. I hope that this information aids you on your path and that you're making the best out of whatever your current situation is. Thank you.